Hello and welcome to MyCHN podcast, Health Conversations Without Barriers. My name is Olga,
I'm Trayvon.
I'm Lulu.
And I'm Kristen.
and today we are ready to welcome the new year 2025, and we wanted to start fresh talking about this year's wellness and what we can do to stay healthy and stay on track this year. So we wanted to start by talking about going back from work to work after holidays. Coming back from time off, vacation, holidays, and a lot of people take off during Christmas, New Year's. It is really hard to get back into routine, and we wanted to start with that and maybe bring on some tips and tricks that you can help to support yourself. How do you guys feel after the holidays?
I feel very sluggish. Almost feels like a zombie, almost coming back into a routine after kind of giving myself a break, most definitely.
Why do you guys think that is so hard to come back? I feel like it's because we let ourselves go. We let ourselves do all the things that we usually don't, and maybe overindulge a little bit. Maybe oversleep a little bit. So getting back into the routine can be super stressful.
It's kind of like you give yourself that needed mental break. So I wouldn't even feel guilty about it in all honesty because you kind of have that moment where you need to give yourself a personal break and then you hop back into your work life routine. It's just a matter of having a good foundation for routines.
I feel like that's the foundation of that routine that we have, and during holidays we all break our routines, and then it's a little bit harder to get back into it, especially after the holiday season. You might have full inboxes or you might have work still from last year, and it feels like all the pressure is coming down onto you, and it can be really stressful. So what are some things that we can do to help ourselves get back into those routines? And
I think starting by taking it a day at a time, so you don't feel like you have to get everything done at once. So if you sit down, open your emails, open them one at a time, read them through, and then pace yourself. So make a little schedule. Say I'm going to do this from this time to this time, so that you don't feel as overwhelmed. I think that's a good tip.
It definitely the little things. So don't look at the big picture as a whole. It's the little things. Like you can make a task list, like emails for first portion of the day, like in the morning, your morning task, and then your 5 to 9. People have their 9 to 5 and their 5 to 9. What tasks do you have? Are your routines for after work? Like it could be going to the gym, or cooking your food, or meal prepping, or anything like that. It's just the little things, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's just the main thing of just not overstressing yourself. Kind of just take things one day at a time. It's kind of weird that we come back from a break. You're supposed to, like, it's a break, but then we're tired. I think it's kind of weird.
exactly, yes.
Even though I wish it was a little longer, but
Sure, but I feel like even if it's longer, still we feel tired because we don't. I don't even know why. We don't really rest as much. We're more of wanting to pack our days off.
I
and
just
our
think
holidays.
we have the freedom, so it's like we can do anything, but then we tire ourselves out and then not leave anything for like when we come back.
So definitely it can be stressful. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest. After this year's holidays, and this might be a controversial thought, but I feel like holidays contribute to our health, contribute to our mental health negatively. And I'm sorry, of course, like I love holidays. Of course, it's amazing to spend time with your family, like get gifts and stuff. But I think that a little bit it does contribute negatively to your mental health because there is so much expectation, there is so much like waiting that day, like we're preparing ourselves and it's coming to that day, and then that one day happens and then it's over, right? So you feel good, and then now you have to go back.
Because it is weird, because like the day after, like Christmas especially, the 26th feels dead. I don't know, like if you go outside, like everything's quiet, everything, it just feels weird. So
It feels a little bit sad.
yeah,
right?
just a little bit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that is a real thing, holiday blues.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you've been prepping all up to this one day.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah, like, oh, that's it. Like,
And that's it. So I think that's why not to have this, especially for myself. I want to have good holidays next year. So I want to focus on my mental health the whole year and have my routines and my ways set up for myself so that when it comes to a little bit of when it comes to the time where we have those holidays, I don't feel so, out of place, so out of routine, and I feel still good about myself.
so how can we work on our mental health throughout the whole year to focus?
Yeah, so we can start that by putting our mental health as a priority and keeping that in your forefront mind, even through the holidays when you're not at work, when you're with your family, or when you're by yourself. So
I think that might not be that easy. Sometimes we might need help, and at MyCHN we offer mental health support. So if you feel like you need that extra help, or if you need somebody to talk to, always feel free to reach us out at mychn.org. But also, for me, I think I'm gonna focus on my mental health by building those routines and sticking to it. So my morning routine, I want to start waking up earlier before work and having a little bit of time to myself, just to do maybe a walk, maybe just kind of give myself a little bit more time to wake up and prepare for the day. And then at night, I want to keep my workout routine as well, to where even if it's a little, just 20 minutes, I want to still have that workout in.
I've noticed in myself, I think I've said this before too, that whenever I go outside, I just feel like lighter, happier, just because there's nature to look at, and then you're not in front of the computer and just in a space for the whole time. So it really does allow your mind to just kind of be free a little bit. And I think it's also important when coming to like making your routines to realize what isn't working for you, because sometimes when you're in a routine, you just kind of get used to it, and your body might not like it as well. So you need to understand or pay attention to your body in your mind, what is and isn't working, so that you can fix it, and that'll eventually help your mental health.
And I just think that we need to also be kind to ourselves, because we tend to, like, New Year, okay, I'm gonna do all these things, I'm gonna work out, but let's just be more kind to ourselves and give ourselves some space to, like, okay, I'm gonna stick to 20-minute workout, and I'm gonna build that and focus on that, and I'm not gonna push myself to do 2 hours, and just be proud and be proud of yourself, of those little wins, and then I feel like that can help as well.
I think it's okay also to make mistakes. Like, it's people, they'll have a New Year's resolution and they won't do it, and then they'll stop, and that's it. So if you can give yourself a little grace to mess up and fail, but as long as you pick it back up and not get discouraged, then I think that can be good for this year. Just not giving up, basically.
I think this year what I am going to focus on is I'm a very routine person. I'm very organized, and it's like my normal and my comfort zone. So I've been working on implementing new things in my routine. I kind of fell back on, I know it's small, but people say it really helps you first thing in the morning, before you do anything else, is make your bed. So making my bed, and then of course I have a dog, so taking him out and not rushing him, because sometimes I rush him to do what he has to do when I take him out. And then I work out, but also doing less weightlifting and more cardio. So to do more movement that's less impactful on my joints, because I'm already sitting down at the computer and just sitting. But And journaling more. Yeah, for sure. So those are some things that I'm trying to implement in like my routine coming into the new year.
For me, I know I think 2 Christmases ago I brought myself one of those tables that you can stand up with that kind of raise up and down, just because I knew that I was sitting down so long. And I realized in December that I didn't raise the table as much as I probably should have. So this year I have like a little thing by my desk that's like stand up every 10 minutes just to figure myself out and like not be sitting down the whole time. So I plan on implementing that. Hopefully it goes well. But I do know that like sometimes things happen. So I'm but in addition to that, I also want to start eating better. I know that in general, it's really easy to just go and pick up like the fast food stuff or DoorDash things in or Uber Eats stuff in. I do that a lot. But I need to stop. or at least like choose a healthier option. So that's my goal. Because I know that when I feel like I've eaten something good, then I feel better in general. So yeah, those are my 2 main goals for this year actually.
My thing this year is kind of what I said earlier is take it one step at a time and don't give up. And it's just make sure you at least see some progress. If you don't, that's okay. But I want to just see progress in like whatever I'm doing, work, outside of work, just family, anything. Just trying to be better at things I do day to day and be a little more organized.
That's awesome to set those goals for yourself, and that's really important to maybe write down your goals or have and do something that keeps you consistent, because even if you do a little bit every day, it's still better than you do a lot one day. Those little details, what we do every day, it really adds up and it really gives you some kind of result. Definitely, we need to focus on our mental health this year, but also mental health is also closely related to our physical health. That's why it's important to get those yearly checkups in and make sure you prevent maybe any diseases that you might have. And having those regular checkups can be crucial. So go ahead and go to MyCHN.org and book your wellness exam to start the year right.
All right, y'all. So follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to see more of our podcasts.